Hello, my loves. I am so hyped on today. My guest is basically Bachelor Nation royalty. She's the Bachelorette who kept it real, the wine queen behind Spade and Sparrow, and the voice of Off the Vine. Kaitlyn Bristowe is here finally. We've been trying to set this up for so long.
No, I've wanted you on my podcast too for so long. I'm like, finally, we're making this work.
Are you in New York?
No, I'm often in New York, but I'm in Nashville. That's where I live.
Do you like it out there?
Nashville?
Yeah.
I love it. I feel like it's kind of like my, like I've made my home just my little sanctuary where I don't really do much in Nashville. If I travel to like LA and New York, I'm like, doing stuff. But when I'm home, I'm like such a homebody and I just don't leave my house. I just stay with my dog. So yeah, I love it for that reason.
I'm totally with you. I feel like I finally am like rooted in LA where I have my house that I rarely leave. I've made it my sanctuary, so I totally get that. But I love Nashville. So my hope is that when I can do your podcast, I get to come to you.
Oh, please do. I would love to have you. And it's like, I do feel like Nashville's kind of middle ground and it's it's growing like crazy, but I feel like it still feels like a small town in a big city and everyone's so friendly. And I've been here for 10 years, so I must like it.
That's a long time.
I know. It doesn't feel like I've been here that long, but yeah.
What's the dating scene like in Nashville? Is it getting hard?
Yeah. Apparently, like the ratio is like there's so many good looking women and like awesome women in this. I don't know what it is about Nashville, but there's just like so many great girls here. And then I just feel like all the guys are so young and everybody has that broccoli haircut and like the backwards hat. You know what I'm talking about? Where they like have the sides shaved and it's like broccoli on top, like really like looking hair, just looks like a mop on top of their head. I don't know, but I feel like everyone's so young.
Oh, well, I feel like a lot of people left cities like Los Angeles and New York and they started going to like Nashville, they started going to Austin.
Yeah.
And I feel like it kind of like it changed things. And like you said, in any city, I feel like there's more incredible women who are like just bringing all of it. They've got like the sexy happening, they've got their shit together. And then these dudes where I'm like, this is what's out there.
It's actually bizarre because I was pretty much in a back-to-back relationship and two different relationships the whole time I've been in Nashville. And then I was like, oh my gosh, do I have to date in Nashville? And then I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't think I went on one double date in Nashville, but it was like at a honky tonk on Broadway, which is my personal hell. And it was like, fine. It was fun.
You got like some free drinks and a free meal.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I got some like fried pickles and a beer. It was great.
That sounds fucking awesome.
It was.
That's my idea of a 5-star night.
It actually was.
So then you're not opposed to dating like long distance?
I'm really not because when I was, oh gosh, I can't remember how old I was. I dated a guy who was a hockey player and he was always like somewhere else. And then when he'd go to training camp, it was in Germany at one point. And then I was like, I've done it. And I actually love long distance because I like missing somebody. I'm hyper independent. My therapist says it's a coping mechanism that I have, that I'm like hyper independent. But I like being alone so much. It's like it recharges my batteries to be alone. And I feel like I'm a better partner overall if I have space. And I like going, like, say I was dating someone in New York. Okay, I get to go to New York and just see them for a week and then come home for a couple weeks and then go back. I actually love it.
That resonates with me. I feel the same way. I think long distance sounds like a dream. And I like the idea of missing someone and having them miss me. And I like the idea of being able to like go and kind of pull my shit together. Like when I'm at home, like I love just covering myself in oil. You could fry an egg on my forehead.
Yes.
Like it's just.
Yeah, I think you could right now. I'm looking at my shiny face right now. But yes.
Well, by the way, you and me both. I'm always shiny though because I'm like I just want to cake myself in oil, and then like if I have a man who's elsewhere, like that's my time to like put on my push-up bra and look all kinds of sexy.
Totally. I love being gross. Like, I just love being gross. It's one of my favorite things. I just like to rot in my bed sometimes. I like to not worry about what I look like, smell like, just like let myself be. And then when I need to turn it on, I turn it on.
I love that exact same thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're in good company. I've been watching Sex and the City.
Yeah.
for the first time, and everyone's like, oh, you're watching And Just Like That. I'm like, no, I've never seen Sex in the City, like OG. I've only seen the movie.
Either.
Oh my God, Kaitlyn, you have to do it.
Well, I keep trying. So I'm the same way. I had never watched Sex in the City, and everyone's like, you would love it. And then I tried to get into it in season 1. I was like, what is this? And I feel like I can't get into it.
I feel like timing is everything when it comes to shows. Like, it is what it is. I have to be in the right headspace. And I did the exact same thing. But right now, you're doing a full rewatch of your season of The Bachelor.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was.
Okay, I'm obsessed with all of it. That sounds like, to ask me to go do a rewatch of OG Vanderpump Rules sounds like the most horrendous idea ever.
I wish somebody warned me. It was horrendous. It was a nightmare to rewatch. I thought it was going to be so fun and so cute and be like, oh my God, 10 years later, like, look at little Kaitlyn and blah, blah, blah. And I was like sobbing and having anxiety during the whole thing.
Because you were like embarrassed of behavior, or like what was it that made you like cringe?
No, it was more like I was actually really proud of my behavior because I was like, that was super true to myself. And I actually think I handled myself better then than I would now. I'm not sure why, but I was really like, wow, that was pretty good. Like the way I handled conversations or tough times, like I was so messy, but I'm like, yeah, that situation is messy. It was more so, I think I'm really good at compartmentalizing. And I think I put all of that stuff that happened in a drawer and pushed it away. And I like hadn't opened that drawer in 10 years. And to go back and relive something that was so real to me, where, so many people think it's staged or it's fake or it's like scripted. And it was one of the most like intense real things I've ever gone through in my life. And not to mention like the production side of it. I felt so betrayed by so many people. I was so naive to television. Like just so much of it was reopened when I was watching back that it was like I unlocked something that had been locked away forever.
Did you have to talk to your therapist about it?
Oh, like I had to call in extra hours for it because I was like, wow, because I thought about it and I'm like, I've never really unpacked what happened to me on that show or what I went through. And all I did was when I came out of it, engaged, like when things got really bad, we went and saw a therapist as like a couples therapist, but I never unpacked what I actually went through on the show. So yes, there's a lot of therapy that happened.
Yeah, I feel like when you're that young, because you said it was 10 years ago. So how old were you when you did The Bachelor?
I just turned 40. I was 30.
So you were 30 when you went on. Even now, like I look at these girls who, because I'm from Utah, and there's a lot of girls who get engaged and start having kids around like 2021.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I started dating seriously around 25, I felt like I'm older, I'm mature, yeah. Right? Then I have a baby at 30, and now I look at girls who are 30, I'll be 35 this year, girls who are 30, and they're like, yeah, I just feel like I need to, like, I should have a kid by now. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Because although ocean is, like, the best thing on the planet, I'm like, 30 is so young. So to hear you talk about going into such an intense environment, basically the name of the game is to, it's a competition with women, and I don't want to say that it's unhealthy to fight for the love and affection of a man, because I don't want
toxic.
Okay, I'm gonna let you say it. I don't want this to ever feel like a judgmental zone, but you being that age and just being thrown into kind of like fight for a man's attention, I can imagine that there was a lot that you kind of pushed to the side, never to be thought again. Like you said, you put it in a drawer and didn't think about it.
Yeah, it was, so it's so interesting because I went on The Bachelor, and I actually was the most confident I think I've been in my whole life because I had gone through such a horrible heartbreak. I had done so much therapy on like figuring out who I was, and I rebuilt my life, and I came out of it just being like, this is the perfect time for me to go on a show like this because I didn't feel competitive with other women. I actually I went in there and I was like, I'm going to show my like weird sense of humor. I'm going to say offside jokes. I'm going to like just be truly who I am. And if he doesn't want that, like send me home. I don't care. And I ended up making so many beautiful friends in the house. And it was more of when I was the Bachelorette and dealing with 25 to 30, I can't even remember how many men that are way more emotional than women, and like being the lead and having to navigate so many different personalities and relationships, and like falling in love while also still dating other people and constantly hurting people's feelings. Like that's what really messed me up in the head more than anything.
Wow. So would you say that the toxicity of being on The Bachelor came more from the production side of things, where it was like, okay.
Yeah, only because I'm like, now I look back at it because I've seen behind the curtain so many times where I was on The Bachelor, then I was The Bachelorette, and then I got to host 2 seasons of The Bachelorette, and then now I'm hosting this new show where now I'm like, I have a little more understanding of production and why they do what they do. I think I just wish I was like not so naive, because it is toxic, and they do. I don't know how to explain it, because it's not like they're forcing you to drink. They're not forcing you to make decisions, but like things are encouraged. And I never had been on TV before, and I never knew. So I truly thought the producers were like wanting what's best for me, not what's best for TV. So like it's taken a lot of time to like forgive and forget, I guess, and understand and have a little more compassion for what they did, because I'm like, I get it now.
I think that's the biggest thing, is you're on a show where you're putting your heart and soul on the line.
Yeah.
But it is first and foremost to entertain people.
Exactly. I don't know why that didn't register to me. Like why I remember
because it's not normal.
No.
It's not normal.
I remember looking at it was Sean who I got engaged to, and it was one of our last dates, and he was looking at me like, Kaitlyn, do you see like what they're doing? And I was like, Sean, these people want what's best for me. They are family. And he was like, oh. And I really believed that. I was like, oh, poor naive Kaitlyn.
But that's, I think, probably what made you so special, is that you were authentically you. And I think as we get older and have more experiences, we lead with a heart that's been traumatized.
So true. I'm so glad that I was naive, because it really did allow me to just kind of surrender to the process of, being true to each relationship, being true to myself. I was so messy, and I would do that again. I wouldn't change a thing. And you're right. Like now I go into situations just like having trust issues and being jaded. And I'm like, well, that's not good either.
I know. It's a really fine line that we're walking. Okay, quick pause, because we need to talk about something that is very, very important. This segment is sponsored by NHTSA, and we're reminding you to celebrate responsibly this Labor Day. Drinking and driving will change your entire world. Whether you get pulled over or get into a crash, things will never be the same. Getting a sober ride will change the world for the better. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Yeah, especially if you're planning to hit any parties this weekend. Listen up, all right? I know people love to kick back with a drink or something else, but driving under the influence, not cool.
No, it is definitely not. I've been sober since 2018, and let me tell you, holidays like Labor Day have a whole new meaning for me now. They used to be about utter chaos, a lot of cocktails, waking up the next morning like, what did I do? All the anxiety in the world. Now it's all about connection and clarity, and honestly, some really bomb mocktails.
I can vouch for that. The watermelon mint one you made last year.
Well, I love me some watermelon. Yes, that one is one of my go-tos for like summer parties. It's just fresh watermelon juice, a splash of lime, a little agave, and fresh mint. You muddle that all together, pour it over crushed ice, and boom, nobody's even thinking about alcohol.
Okay, but let's be real for a second. Drinking and driving will change your whole world. Whether you get pulled over, God forbid you hurt someone, or yourself, things will never be the same.
It's just not worth it. If you're going out this Labor Day, have a plan before the party starts. Be the designated driver, grab a ride share, stay over, do literally anything but get behind the wheel impaired. There are so many other options.
And hey, if you're hosting, set the tone. Stock your party with mocktail options. Make sure your friends have safe ways to get home. Be that host.
Totally. I actually linked some of my favorite mocktail recipes in the show notes. So check those out. They're festive, they're fun, and way more chic than sloppy drunk energy. It's just not cute, you guys. And let's celebrate this Labor Day with love, laughs, and the best mocktails.
Period.
I love what you said that you made a lot of friendships in the process, though. So you still talk to a lot of people that were on your season?
Yeah, it's the final 3 girls that were on The Bachelor with me. It was me, Whitney, and Becca Tilley. We were like the final 3, and like you couldn't separate us. We would like try and sneak out of our hotel rooms to hang out with each other and find what rooms we were in, and we all hung out after. And then like a few girls still from that season. Ashley I was on, I don't know if you're familiar with Bachelor World at all, but Ashley I is like a icon in that world, and I love her so much. And she is now married to a guy that was on my season, and they have 2
my
kids.
gosh.
I'm like, yeah, it's all just like one big weird family.
It is, but I'm totally used to that. It's like, let's just, swap it, flip it up in the air, whatever we got to do to find our love.
Yeah, exactly.
So it wasn't weird, like kicking it with these people, knowing that you're both like kind of sharing intimate experiences with the same guy?
I think about this all the time because I'm like, why was that not weird? And well, now Becca Tilley is engaged to a woman, and I think, looking back, I think I really wasn't super in love with The Bachelor because I know how I am when I'm in love, and I think I was just very, like I wanted to win almost, and then I got scared towards the end because I was like, oh no, he's obsessed with me, even though he dumped me like blindsided, and I was like, wait, what? You're not obsessed with me? But I was like, I don't know why the 3 of us just like totally separated it. I think Becca and I knew after I got sent home, I think Becca and I knew that it was Whitney. And I don't know, we all just were kind of there for each other, which is so strange. I don't understand it.
Well, there is nothing like a bond between women who have had to deal with the same guy.
That's true. Oh,
but it's usually not in real time.
It's usually not in real time. I think we all understood the assignment of like, you're dating the I don't know. I think Whitney was the one who was truly there for Chris. And I think she was really in love with him. I think she really wanted to marry him. And I think Becca and I were just like in the whirlwind of the show.
Do you guys have your phones when you're filming?
No.
You don't get them until you're like completely finished.
Yeah. And I mean, when you're in the final 3, I want to say that's like 10 weeks of filming.
What?
Yeah.
Just the final 3?
Yeah. Like if you make it to the end, it's 10 weeks, I think. And for the person who actually like gets engaged, I think it's 11 weeks.
Don't they start with like 25 chicks?
Yes. And then so like if you got sent home week 1, then you're gone. So you only did a week of filming. But because you continue to go on, the final 3, you go to somewhere like exotic, and then you have like some downtime, and then the one person gets like the date, and then they have the overnight, and then the bachelor gets a day off, and then the next girl goes, and then they do the rose ceremony at the end of that week. So then
oh my God.
It's a lot of filming, and it's a lot of downtime for the contestants, but it is, as being the lead of that show, I think I got like 4 hours of sleep at night. And if I had any downtime, it was like, we'll put on your dress from this night and do pickups from this. And it was so much work.
And then you did the first ever season of Bachelorette with another chick.
Yes. But that was, night 1, it was between me and another girl who I actually got along with quite well. And I think they really wanted us to be like, "Nyeh," but we were like, we're very different people. Like if they want her, then they're not for me. And we were very like realistic about it, but they had to vote. The guys had to vote night 1, and they had to put a rose. They had to go into like a voting room and put a rose in somebody's box. And yeah. And they ended up like I don't know what the vote total was, but I ended up getting it, and Britt had to go home. And I was like, I felt so bad because she's such a sweetheart. And I was like, oh no, I actually felt bad.
Well, I I like having a partner in crime. So for me to have like a little friend who's like just as nervous as I am and we can talk about the experience, I think I would bond with a chick and be like, I don't care if all these guys go home. I just like want to feel safe with my girlfriend.
I totally agree. It was actually so fun because her and I got to do press together. So we got to like do the media rounds of like Kelly and Michael and Good Morning America. And we got to do all of it together to promote it because nobody knew who had gotten to be the Bachelorette at that point. And that was actually really fun for us.
That's really cute.
Yeah, it was cute.
I prefer girls and gays. Like to put me in a room full of 25 fucking dicks, I wouldn't even know what to do with myself.
I couldn't believe how much more emotional and sensitive because their egos, like it was crazy because I was constantly having to like make men feel better at all times. I was like, God, and then my final two just like hated each other. So it was like the Sean and Nick show of everything where I was just like, oh God, can you guys just stop? It was so annoying.
Great for TV though.
Great TV.
Because you had done this already, like I always find anytime there is a camera that wants to like capture me in the wilds, I'm like, I don't know how to talk to dudes when you're filming. Like, it just is very intimidating. Were you able to get to know the dudes the way that you normally would, like, when you're just out with your girlfriends? Like, do you feel like you're pretty copy and paste in both situations?
I am way... so on The Bachelorette, I found that I was almost, again, I don't want to say forced, but it was forced to have certain conversations because you're looking to be engaged and find your husband. So it was like very serious conversations right out of the gate. It was like very much like, are you looking for marriage? Like how many kids? Like I wanted to talk about people's finances and like political beliefs. I was like,
well, yeah, those are huge things when you're moving forward.
Right.
With like, so you want to marry someone, you got to know that shit.
It's speed dating. It is speed dating. So in the real world, I am such a, like, my way of flirting is to like poke fun and banter and like not play games, but like I'm very much just like a jokester, where as the Bachelorette, it forced me to have more serious conversations, where then after I came out of the relationship, I was like on a first date, I would be like, having the serious conversations. So it just changed kind of.
That's interesting to me. I'm kind of the same way. I have a really hard time having like deep conversations when it comes, like I kind of make light of every single topic.
Yeah.
When I am dating.
Yeah, same.
And I don't know that it's the most productive. I'm glad that I'm not alone and you're the same way.
You're not alone. I like it. I like building more of like a bond and a friendship and seeing if I'm like, it has that and the romantic connection, where on The Bachelorette, I felt just like, okay, these are like the men I have to choose from and I have to pick like the best from the group. And like, it was just so fast paced and you don't get a lot of time. So like when I got engaged, I didn't know his middle name and we were like in a house together and I was going to do a photo shoot to say like, I'm engaged. And he was like, well, wait, what's your phone number? And I was like, this is weird. Like you just don't, like you had so many serious conversations with maybe 3 or 4 of them where you're like, okay, I think I know this person. But the rest, like I couldn't even, I don't even know anything about them.
You've probably seen a million ads for hair growth products and thought, sure, like that actually works. I used to think that same thing until I tried Nutrafol. I've been using Nutrafol for years now, and right after I had my daughter Sosa, I switched to Nutrafol postpartum. It was exactly what I needed because that postpartum hair shedding is no joke. And now that I'm past that stage and my hormones seem to be in a better place, I've switched back to Nutrafol Women. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF Content Certified, the gold standard in the third-party certification for supplements. Nutrafol ships straight to your door with free shipping and automated deliveries to keep you on track. Plus, your subscription can save you up to 20%. See thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter my promo code LALA10. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code LALA10.
Since stepping in as more of a host, did you because I know that your personal life, you like to, as far as dating at least, you like to keep that very private, which is crazy when you think about the whole reason why you are on the map was because your love life was out there for people.
Yeah.
Do you find that you prefer more of a hosting role instead of being like the main character of the storyline?
Very, very much so. I love hosting. Like when I got to host the Bachelorette, I was doing it with Tasha, and she had COVID on the final Rose episode, which is 3 hours of live television with a teleprompter, commercial breaks, navigating these people's feelings. And it was, and you have somebody in your ear like telling you to count down and do this and make sure you get to this person and this. And I was like, I think this is what I was born to do. I loved every second of it. I loved reading off the teleprompter. I loved hosting. I loved like running the show. And I hated being the Bachelorette. I thought I would love it. I hated it. I just felt so much pressure. And then for some reason as a host, I feel like I'm like comfortable and I feel like it's what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know why, but that's really how I feel.
Well, you get to still be in a place of entertaining people, but you're not as exposed and left as vulnerable.
And I think that's such a good point. I really do enjoy, like, I'm okay with being vulnerable, but I'm like if somebody asked me to go on Traitors, I would be like, hell yeah. But if somebody asked me to go on like back as the Bachelorette or Bachelor in Paradise or something, like, I don't know. I think it's what we were kind of saying earlier with being jaded and leading with a jaded heart. I'm like, I want to keep my dating life now so private and like sacred to me because I have exposed myself and shared so much of relationships, and it has done nothing but invite people in for their judgment and criticism and people like always want like the man to, they're always so much like on a man's side. And I don't know what that is. Like in every situation I've been in, it's like, Kaitlyn's the crazy one and she must be doing this and this and poor this guy. And it's always that situation. And I'm like, I'm just done with it for now until I'm married and like maybe want to show something once in a blue moon, then I'll do that. But I'm just like, I think I'm so jaded from sharing it that it feels so sacred to me now.
I think that that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's great. That's similar to how I feel about parenthood. No one's ever seen me as a mom on TV.
Yeah.
And it's like a blessing and a curse because it's those are my most proud moments.
Yeah.
But also in those moments, you offer the outside world to now place judgment and give their 2 cents. And you hold certain things close to your heart. And I think that's totally fair.
Yeah. And have you seen the internet in 2025? I'm like, I'm terrified.
Let me tell you something, Kaitlyn. After, and I've spiraled about this for a very long time. After season 11 of Vanderpump Rules, I told it was so intense for me that I just wanted to disappear. I was like, I'll go and record my podcast. I would get, like we all get, invited to red carpets for movie premieres or whatever. And I was like, I just don't want to be involved at all because I am so afraid of the internet. And that has never ever been a thought in my mind.
I know.
Until a couple years ago where I was like, I just want to be a normal stay-at-home mom, pay the bills on time. No one fucking don't look at me, don't talk about me. And I'm still kind of there. The internet is scary.
It is scary. And it's so funny because so many people have told me that you and I would be good friends and that we like speak our mind and that we're like similar personalities. And I've never been afraid to like say what I think and say what I want online. And now I'm just like, it's not worth it. I don't really care what other people have to say, but it's more of like, it's scary seeing what they have to say because I'm like, what is wrong with our world? And it's like, I don't even want to see it anymore. And I'm like, I don't know. I still put so much stuff out there, but I'm like, it's almost like an experiment. Sometimes I'm like, how weird are people going to get? If I'm in a bathing suit online, the amount of attacks I get, I'm like, so then I'm like, it just depends on what time. I always say it depends on what cycle I'm in of my period, of how sassy I am online. Because
Okay.
if I'm like in a sassy mood, I'll be like, oh, you don't like me in a bathing suit? And then I'll get like weird and I'll dance to like, I ain't got no panties on, but in a bathing suit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like I'm just, and then other times I'm like crying in a corner. I don't know. I'm.
You never know. Depends on the day.
It really does. And I'm also a Gemini with a lot of Cancer in my chart. And so I'm like very spicy and then very sensitive.
That is, I so relate to that.
Yeah.
Like, you're speaking my language. I'm Virgo sun with Scorpio rising. So the two of those are in constant conflict with each other. So I feel for you.
Yeah, I feel like
and the Gemini alone is intense enough.
I feel like I'm a walking contradiction at all times because I don't make any sense. I'm like, yeah, come at me, bro. And then they come at me and I'm like crying. And I'm like, this is so confusing.
Yeah, that's everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone is a walking contradiction. That's just called life.
That's true.
I'm really excited to talk to you about, you've got this show that premieres on Hulu on August 18th.
Yes.
It's called Are You My First? I have to, all I know is it's about a group of virgins. Okay, so.
And are you already sold on the show because of that?
I'm already sold, and I may be a born-again virgin. Who knows?
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I walked away from that show being like, this is going to be the best show out there. It was so entertaining, but it was such a combination of awkward, sweet, endearing, dramatic. It was like cute. It was so many different things all in one. And I am obsessed with this group of people. And I remember thinking, like, when they asked me if I would be interested in hosting this show, I was like, what? Because I was like, I always call myself the slut of the franchise of Bachelor Nation because I like openly talked about sex and people were like, ugh. And so I was like, really, me? And then it was like with Colton Underwood, I was like, this actually makes sense. And I'm just I like mentoring people. I like being there for people on reality TV. And I like them to think of me as not just a host, as like, so my question to all the producers and stuff, which they're the producers from Love Island. It's basically Virgin Island. It's like the same kind of concept. And I remember being like, okay, but can I actually like have real conversations with the cast of the show? Can I be there for them if they need conversations? Like, and they were like, yes. And I was like, okay, then I'm in, because I liked being able to do that on The Bachelorette as well. And it was just so, I mean, everybody comes from such a different walk of life. You've got people are virgins for all different reasons. And, sex is such a taboo topic, whether you have it, that's, or you don't, everyone's like, oh my God, it's like such a judgmental thing. And having these men and women on the show be so open about it and their reasons for it, it goes anywhere from religion to, so one girl has vaginismus, which like, do you know what that is?
No. Tell me.
I actually have it too. And I was like, I'd never heard of anyone else having it. It's basically like, so if I go into a doctor, like to get a physical, like they have to use the like mini one on me. And it's not because like, oh, I have a tight vagina. It's because I actually like my muscles will seize up anytime something even goes near it, and think like sex is painful for me at the beginning. Going to get a physical is painful for me. And I had never heard anyone else have it. And one of the reasons this girl on here is a virgin is because she has that. And I'm like, well, I'm definitely not a virgin and I still have that, but it's actually like more common. My doctor wants me to go to physical therapy to like get it.
Was it like a hip issue?
No, it's like,
or it's the actual vagina is closing up.
Yes. And to be honest with you, like it can be more of it can be like from a traumatic event. Like for me personally, it's because when I was, I don't know, 16 years old, my boyfriend was trying to force me to do things. And I think it like traumatized me. And so I seize up anytime like something goes near there. And so you'll probably find out through the episodes, like why she has it. And there's just so many different reasons. Like somebody's a Mormon, she has vaginismus. Somebody's really just waiting for the right one. Other people are just like one girl is scared of penises. She's like, they're scary looking. I'm like, I totally agree. And it's just, everybody's so vulnerable and like sweet. And it's just it's a very entertaining show.
And what would you say the age range is?
It's anywhere from, I think the youngest is like 23 or 24 to 30.
Oh, okay. So they're young.
Yeah, they're young.
I mean, old enough to be sexually active.
Right.
But still young, and they've got their. I mean, I have low testosterone right now, so I'm like, do you really?
I just got on a testosterone cream. I'm like, is this 40? Like, it was like I turned 40 and I had to go on testosterone cream. I'm like growing a full beard. It's like, it's a whole thing.
It is what it is, right? Every single woman's going to go through it. My mother, who's 65, has higher testosterone than I do right now. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I want to blame it on postpartum, but I mean, we're rounding into a year, bro. I'm like, it can't still be this,
I'm
right?
always looking to blame something, and my mom's like, maybe blame perimenopause, and I was like, I hate it.
You're like, don't say that word.
Like that alone, just like, I don't feel 40. I feel so young. I feel like the best I've ever felt. And so to like be my body be going through this stuff, I'm like, what?
No, but it's all about your mind.
Absolutely.
The mind is what calls the shots. So if you feel like you're, 27 still, you fucking get it, bitch.
I do. I feel like 29, 30.
10 years off, it's perfect.
Yeah, I love it.
Give Them Lala is sponsored by Quince. As summer winds down, I'm all about refreshing my wardrobe with staples that feel elevated but still easy to wear. And that's why I love Quince. Their pieces look luxe, they feel incredible, and work for literally every vibe. Right now, my go-to is the Quince white cashmere tee. It's so soft, it's so versatile, perfect with wide leg trousers and just like a slick back bun to go out to dinner with the girls, or dress down with just some jeans and a pair of sneakers when I'm just running errands. And honestly, I'm already excited for fall because it means I get to pull out my Quince Mongolian cashmere sweater. I'm so excited because it's so cozy and it's chic, and it's just one of those forever pieces you can wear year after year. The best part, Quince gives you luxury without the luxury markup. Their cashmere starts at just $40, and they work directly with top artisans and ethical factories, so you get premium fabrics at half the price of similar brands. So elevate your fall wardrobe essentials with Quince. Go to quince.com/Lala for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Lala to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Lala.
My other question is, do they get laid on the show?
I can say that one couple definitely entered the Love Shack, which is where you're supposed to go if that's what you would like to do. But it was very important to not only the cast, but Colton and I and all the producers to not force anyone, or that was like a big conversation we had before even filming. Like, nobody is to feel forced. Nobody is to feel like we're pushing something on them. Like, it's very much building relationships and finding love. And we like obviously hope they found somebody. But it's one of those things that I have to say, like, tune in and find out.
No, I love the tune in and find out, because I will be tuning in to find out.
Yeah.
The thing that I love you saying that no one was forced is your first not sexual experience, but your first sexual experience. That kind of sets the tone for how you view sex for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I lost my virginity at 17 to my high school sweetheart, and we were together for a long time. It was nothing but pleasant.
Yeah.
And then I had a friend who lost her virginity. I want to say she was probably 22 or 23. She'd waited a long time.
Yeah.
She lost her virginity to a very, very A-list celebrity. And it completely fucked up her view of sex.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Was it like somebody freaky and kinky that has like been there, done that?
Yes. And no commitment, obviously.
Yeah,
and so when one party has held out to sleep with someone that they are into, and then the other person is like, I'm just here for a good time, and I do this nightly with multiple chicks.
Right.
It can fuck with you.
Oh, that totally would.
It would. So I'm really happy that the whole point of the show is creating a place to feel safe, where you're, showing it all, and it's intimidating.
It is intimidating, and I think they were very nervous and intimidated, and on shows like any kind of dating show, you're really pushing your boundaries and getting uncomfortable, and to do that in front of cameras. And so they were so willing to just explore and be open about everything. And I loved every single one of them. I just walked away from it being like, they got the best. That was the best group of virgins you could possibly get for television.
Oh my God, I love this. The best group of virgins.
I was like, we need a season 2 because you'll be able to see like it's of course there's an element of poking fun and humor to it, but at the same time it really is it's more so to like showcase and destigmatize like what virginity is. And I think it's actually out there. There's like proof right now that the Gen Z or whatever it is, like people are waiting longer now or trying to find the right one. And it's like, people aren't getting wasted and going to bars and having one night stands anymore. And it is interesting to just see everybody's different reasoning for why and have a show out there to talk about it.
I'm happy about that too, because I feel like sex is either not talked about or it's shoved in your face. And I'm like, where's like the gray area where we can like have conversations and have them be productive and healthy? Because there are like, I was talking to a friend the other day and I was like, yeah, I was going through a hoe phase. And he was like, do you realize that men who go around and like, they never say like, I was going through a hoe phase. They just like live their life and
true.
It's not labeled. I'm like, that is so true, because I have been through a few hoe phases in my life.
Yeah.
And then, right, where you think back and you're like, oh, I was really,
I went for it. I don't know how this girl has vaginismus, because you would think like, but I do. But it's like, yeah, I feel you, hoe phase, yeah. But you're right. Men don't say that. They just do it.
They just do it, and then they move on with their lives.
Yeah.
And then there are points in time where I'm like, wow, I don't need it. I don't want it. Like, I think it's a luxury to be all up in this bitch. And
yes.
I'm not just going to give it to whoever. Like, what are you bringing to the table? And it can't just be a big dick anymore.
Yeah, no.
Like, you got to be bringing a lot more.
Yeah, I need way more than that. I'm like, that's another thing where I was talking to my therapist about it, because I'm like, I need to be stimulated mentally so much more now than I ever used to be. Like, I cannot just sit here and like be with a guy I'm attracted to and be like, oh, I want to bang. Like, I'm just like not like that. I'm like, I want you to mentally stimulate me and then like go for a nice dinner and have deep conversation, and then like I need to get there, where before in my hoe phase that I'm not ashamed of, I would just be like, I'd do loser laps around a bar and be like, you, me, let's go.
Right? Like, what is that?
I don't know if it was insecurity or just being plain stupid. I don't know. I just was like, I loved going out to a bar. I loved trying to find, like, I would like look, okay, this is so embarrassing. I think I've said it before, but maybe not, but this is so embarrassing. I used to look up like the NHL schedule and be like, okay, what team's in town tonight? Do they play the next day? Because if they don't, they're going out tonight. And I'd like go on a hunt to find a hockey player. That's so Canadian.
That is very Canadian, by the way. I'm like, hockey, that's so weird. Now it tracks. I do remember seeing that you're Canadian. But I feel like every chick has been a Jersey chaser at some point.
I mean, there's still girls like my age who want, the wag life. It seems great.
It seemed great. I think when I was young, now I look at it and I'm like, that seems like a whole lot of like heartbreak and sadness and
loneliness. I feel
loneliness.
I actually like it's like when manifesting goes wrong. Like, I actually ended up with a guy that played hockey, and it was fucking awful because he was always gone. I had no friends. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. I was like stuck in a city that I couldn't even speak the language, and I was like, why do people want to do this?
Right, because it looks so glamorous from the outside.
It does.
Did he have teeth?
Yes, but he had a really like beat up nose. But I'm like, if you have a beat up nose and a like missing tooth from a puck, I'm all the way turned on.
Wow.
I know.
Why? The missing tooth. I get like the beat up, like rugged face, like, oh, he's like gotten into it. But the no teeth, I just can't get behind.
It can't be like the tooth is missing from like poor dental hygiene. Like, it has to be like a puck hit you in the face.
Fucking. Like, I just can't imagine if he's like, I'm going to go down on you now. And he like
I'm like,
Takes
"You're
his teeth
tossing
out.
your tooth." I'm like, yeah, put it in first, though. Yeah, that's hot.
The moment when you first said that you were with a hockey player, that was the first thing that came into my mind. I was like, I really wonder if he had his full grill.
He did actually. Which is crazy because a lot of them don't. But yeah, you could tell his nose has been through it.
When did you move to the States from Canada?
When I got engaged on the show, so I was 30. It was.
Oh, so you were still living in Canada when you were filming?
Yeah.
You know, all of the hottest bitches come from Canada and Brazil.
And Brazil, absolutely. What was I watching? I was watching The Perfect Match. Have you watched that?
No. Is that on Netflix?
Yes, and I've never watched it before, and I'm actually not a really big reality TV. Like, I love Big Brother, and that's like my guilty pleasure. But my girlfriend.
So like competition shows?
I love competitions. And Perfect Match, my girlfriend was like, "You should watch it. It's actually really good this season." So I put it on, and I cannot stop staring at. I'm blanking on her name. It's not Sandy. Shoot, she is like half Indian, half Italian, and I am like, how is she, like, who created her? Because she is perfect and she's so sweet and cute. But Canadian
No,
girls,
I gotta look her up.
Yeah, look her up. Canadian girls are so, I don't know how I do it, but I always find myself gravitating to a Canadian in the States where I don't even know she's Canadian, and then I'm like, we're fast friends, and then I'm like, duh, you're Canadian.
What's different about Canadian girls?
I find that Canadians are more like give less fucks maybe, and like have a really good sense of humor.
Okay.
Like you could tell like my favorite is a prairie girl, which is someone from Alberta, because you just like grew up on the prairies, and I feel like you didn't have a lot to do but just like use your imagination as a child, and everyone has like just great personalities from there.
Okay. And what part of Canada are you from?
Alberta.
Oh, there we go. I love it. That makes me so happy that you just like tooted that damn horn, girl.
I tooted the shit out of that horn.
Have you seen the show Unreal that was on, I believe it was either Showtime or HBO Max?
Yeah.
Did you find that was pretty spot on when it came to The Bachelorette?
Not spot on, but I will say that the person who created that show was an executive producer from The Bachelor. And I do think the show used to be that dark, and like that to me is like the most dark and twisted and toxic environment. And I do think it used to be like that. I don't think it's like that anymore, but there are some like parallels where I'm like, like I remember watching it while I was like, I was not in a good place when I came off the show. And I remember laying on my girlfriend's couch watching it, and just like, I was like not eating. I was so just like depressed. And I remember watching it just being like, why am I partaking in my own like abuse right now watching this? Like I was just like mentally beating myself up. It was awful. But again, I do think it used to be much darker behind the scenes.
Okay. I really wanted to ask you that because that was one of my like I loved watching, and I don't love scripted TV, but I loved Unreal.
That was so well done.
It was very well done. I'm very picky when it comes to my scripted TV shows, so I wanted to ask you that. All right, I'm going to do a lightning round of questions.
Okay.
I did this with Tom Schwartz, and he was not lightning speed in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I can see that.
All good. So me saying that, you don't have to like know exactly what you're going to say. Okay. All right. Favorite reality show to binge right now?
Big Brother.
Big Brother. They're on season like 400, right?
I know. And I've watched it since I was like 15.
Wow.
I know.
Who's on this season?
They're randoms.
So there's Big Brother is like randoms, but then there's Celebrity Big Brother, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to have to check that out because I actually love Traitors and I didn't think I would.
Oh, yeah, same. I was actually the same way. I didn't think I would like it, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was so good. Dream celebrity to share a bottle of Spade and Sparrow with?
Oh, like unrealistic dream or realistic dream?
Let's do both.
Okay, unrealistic would be Britney Spears.
Okay.
Realistic, I don't know, realistic. Someone that somebody that's like a self-made billionaire. Maybe.
Ooh, I love that.
Maybe like
a woman, you said?
Yeah. Like maybe like not a Kylie Jenner, but someone, because I'm like, I feel like they had the money and then she got to be like someone that actually started from, but I don't know who that is as a celebrity.
Well, can I tell you who I think you would get along with?
Who?
And I know her. I'm friends with her sister. We grew up in Utah together. Her name's Whitney Wolf Herd, and she was a part of Tinder and then left and started Bumble.
Yes.
And she is a fucking badass. And I feel like you guys would totally just hit it off and have epic conversations while sipping Spade and Sparrow.
That's who I pick.
That would be my realistic one for you.
Okay.
I wonder who I would want to share one
I was
with.
just thinking that. I was like, can I ask her?
Of course you can.
Okay.
I always am drinking in my mind.
Yeah. Same.
I would love to catch a buzz on Spade and Sparrow with maybe like 50 Cent.
Oh, good
I
one.
think we would have such a fun time. Yeah. Plus, I love the fact that he trolls everybody 24/7 and like pays zero attention to the comments. By the time the comments come in, he's already trolled 17 more people, and I'm obsessed.
He is having the moment, and I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. And then maybe just like a normie, not normie. I would join you and Whitney Wolf Herd.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're invited.
Because I would want to like pick her brain a lot.
Totally.
All right. Sorry to make it about me.
No, I wanted to ask.
The one rom-com you watch on repeat.
Oh, I hate rom-coms.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I tell you a really, really cute one? Have you seen In Her Shoes?
No.
With Cameron Diaz?
No.
Okay, just try it out. It's with another actress who I cannot remember her name, but it's actually really fucking cute because you think it's like a rom-com, but it's actually just like a really cute, like chicks being sisters and like that's the love story in it.
I love Cameron Diaz, so I'll check that out. Okay, I'll say this one's so old, but I love and I watch it every Christmas is Serendipity with Kate Beckinsale.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, I love that and I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's on my to-do list and then please watch In Her Shoes and let me know what you think.
Okay.
The next one is first thing you do if you could be anonymous for 24 hours.
Oh, something illegal.
Something illegal. Fuck yeah.
Like get drunk and pee in public or something crazy and just like have so much fun and just like get crazy. I don't know. Anonymous for 24 hours.
I'd get wasted on an airplane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
so
fun. As long as it's not like a really long flight, because I hate getting drunk on a plane and then you like wake up hungover and you're still on the plane.
Yeah, or you get off and you realize that, what is that saying? One in the bush is worth two in the sky.
Yes. Yeah.
It's very true.
It is true.
Which app would you delete forever if you had to? Instagram or TikTok?
Oh, God. Probably TikTok. Probably TikTok. I still like am kind of on the Instagram train, and TikTok I find myself like going way too deep in holes of like, why am I still here? Like my algorithm is pretty good. Like it actually makes me belly laugh. I'm not like scrolling being like, yeah, I'm scrolling laughing my ass off. So that's a good thing, I guess, because I'm like cheerful, but I scroll too hard on that.
On TikTok or Instagram?
TikTok.
Yeah. I'm not a scroller on the TikTok.
It makes me feel like I'm not creative and I'm not funny and I'm not like, because people are so good on that app. And I'm like,
I know.
It's actually impressive.
It's very impressive. It's for sure an art.
Yeah.
Which is harder, wearing stilettos for red carpet or keeping a secret on reality TV?
Oh, keeping a secret. I could wear heels all day long. I don't know what, I think it's from being a ballerina my whole life. My feet are just like numb and calloused everywhere. And I find heels to be fine. And it would be hard for me to keep a secret because I like bonding with people. And I feel like sometimes secrets bond you.
You guys, this was Kaitlyn Bristowe. Make sure that you tune in to her new show on Hulu that she's hosting, Are You My First? It's about a fabulous group of virgins. We love that. Her podcast, Off the Vine, is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you can catch them wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube.
You're amazing. I love you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Did I get all three? I'm getting really good at that.